can ChatGPT speak only in English, or can it speak other languages as well?
Yeah, obviously, if you've spoken to it, you would see that it speaks more than English, more than just English. But I would say that most of the training data that it has been trained on is in English. Therefore, ChatGPT is much better in English than in other languages, and I'll give you several examples. Spanish is extremely popular, and in Spanish, it is still doing quite alright because a lot of the training data was also in Spanish. Now, the further away you get, I don't know. Let's say Dutch. I heard it's quite good in Dutch as well. I know that in German it's not perfect. So people who speak German, they're like, it's not quite there yet, right? And in my native language, Bulgarian, it's it's just bad.
Okay.
You cannot use the output of the AI directly. Why? Well, most of the time it's creating the output in English, and then it's translating it into other languages,
Yeah.
and that's about it. So you would see bad performance.
Okay. So it's not as smooth, but the reasoning abilities, if it is taking, if it's doing its reasoning in English, that means that the reasoning abilities should still be there, right? Even if it's translating it.
100%. You're very correct in this statement. That if you're talking to ChatGPT for the reasoning capabilities, and you want to get some strategic advice or some coaching or something, if you're not gonna be using this text in front of other people, yes, absolutely perfectly good enough. Now, if you're doing it for content creation, social media posts, something like this, it will perform in English much better than it will perform in other languages. And it's again because most of the content that we create is in English,
Yeah.
so we can't expect it to be good at
Okay. And
the other languages.
tying it back to the previous question that we discussed, so if I'm speaking to an AI in a language other than English, I would probably be able to clock that I'm speaking to an AI because it's not going to sound as human as an English AI. Or
Yes and no,
okay,
because you know, uh, um, even I don't know 5 years ago when you spoke to some customer support, which was an actual person, and they were not native, they use Google Translate to translate, right? So you have seen this before. You have seen customer support reply to your questions in this horrible way, and you're like, this can't be a person. This is a robot. No, it's not a robot. It's a person who Google translated,
okay,
right?
yeah,
So it's gonna be somewhere in this realm,
okay,
right?
okay, it makes sense.
Yeah.